Say hello to your latest binge series, guys. Today I'm going to be talking about Maniac, the latest limited series to hit Netflix. Let's talk about it. Hello guys! So this video today is coming to you all the way from Tel Aviv, Israel. I'm currently on a boys' holiday. I had like 3 or 4 days back from Venice Film Festival, and then I came to Israel, but right before I left, I got to attend the world premiere screening of the new limited TV series on Netflix by Kerry Jonesy Fukunaga, and it's called Maniac, which stars Jonah Hill and Emma Stone, who've reunited since Superbad. Just to make you feel old, Superbad was filmed, in 2007, so now, oh god, this is 11 years since they did Superbad. They grow up quickly, don't they? It's nice to see Jonah Hill and Emma Stone reunited again for this mini-series. This video today isn't going to be a review of the series because I've only seen 3 out of the 10 episodes, so I can't really do a full season review of it, but I can give you a little discussion of what it's going to be like, what you can expect from it, what I thought of it from my first impressions of the first 3 episodes. So Maniac is set around 2 individuals. One's called Owen, who's played by Jonah Hill, and the other is called Ellie, who's played by Emma Stone, and they both take part in this experimental drug trial at this Nevadine pharmaceutical and biotech corporation. And they both have different reasons for doing this or participating in this. The trial itself is looking at the mind, memories, past trauma, and how it can all be fixed. It's a 3-step trial with 3 pills, which are known as the ABCs. The A pill is known as agonia, or agony, which induces the participant with the memory of their most painful day or past experience. The B pill is known as behavioral, which identifies the blind spots or the defense mechanisms in the participant. And the C pill is known as confraxia, or consultation, which provides the cathartic solution to the pain that the participant feels. So what do I think of it so far, having seen the first 3 episodes? Well, I remember seeing the trailer for this a few months ago, and I thought this very much looks like a show that I would want to watch. It looks intriguing, it looks perplexing and complicated, but also accessible, good star power, and looks like it's made with a big budget as well. And I was very much getting an Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind meets Total Recall vibe. Plus, I love Emma Stone, and I'm a big fan of Jonah Hill as well, and the idea of seeing those 2 reunited again since Superbad just gave me a happy, so yeah. I was very much excited for this. But as far as the work of the creator Kerry Jonesy Fukunaga, I didn't know too much about him going into this, other than he was the director of Beasts of No Nation. But for the first 3 episodes of Maniac, he did a very serviceable job. He got me intrigued, the characters were likable enough to want to keep watching, and for every question that he answered, he gave me another 3, which sort of sucked me in even more, which I do kind of like. It's why shows like Lost did so well, because you just wanted to know more knowledge and you wanted to have more answers to those burning questions. And with Maniac, he certainly does give you a lot to think about, which I like, because he's exploring the mind and reality and what we perceive to be real and what's fiction and what's fake, what's constructed, what's virtual, what's digital, what's chemical. There's all these different clever little nuances mixed into the subtext of Maniac, and I'm already intrigued to see how he's going to approach this in the 7 remaining episodes that I haven't seen yet. But yeah, I will definitely be watching them when they're released on the 21st of September. Admittedly, I did find the first episode a little bit slow, and it took a little while before I was invested in the episode, because it's centered mainly around Jonah Hill's character, Owen, and Owen is not the easiest character to like at the start of a series. He's a bit of a monotone sad sack, and he's not particularly exciting to watch to start with because he's just a bit miserable, and yeah, it's hard to root for someone like that right off the bat. But as the episodes progress and we learn about Owen's backstory and his trauma, we understand why he is the way that he is, and you understand Jonah Hill's reasons for glumming him up. However, when the focus of the show shifts to Emma Stone's character Annie, the narrative gets a bit more sparky, because her character is a bit more interesting off the bat, because she is a unemployed, spongy New Yorker who's also a bit of a drug addict, and her reasoning for joining the drug trial is a bit more complex because she's already addicted to one of the pills in the trial. I found it very fun to watch how she scams her way into this drug trial just so she can get a fix. And there's a great bit of dialogue where she says, "I'm not fucking crazy, I'm just goal-oriented." And that's like the most warped, drug-addicted brain response you could possibly think of. I want to tell you more about her past, but it's a little bit spoilerish, so I'm not going to go into too much detail. But by episode 2, which is called Windmills, we do get a lot more information on Emma Stone's character Annie. We get more about her backstory and her sister. And we also get the reason as to why she wants to take this pill and why she's so desperate for a fix. And I found the reasons behind her trying to dose on a pill just so she can intentionally relive past trauma very complex, but also very powerful. As the character Dr. Muramoto says, it's possible to relive past trauma again and again and take pleasure from it. Human beings by nature are very complicated, and we do tend to repeat the mistakes of the past for the most bizarre reasons. Whether it's self-medication or trying to feel like we're in control or distract ourselves or numb ourselves from the pain of our lives, when we finally learn Annie's reasons behind why she takes this pill, I just found it very clever because it's a completely different angle on addiction and pain. And I found it profoundly nuanced and moving as to why she's doing what it is she's doing. I'd never seen it done before, and that's why I was hooked on this show from that moment. It'll also be great to see how the B and the C pills explore this in further detail in the remaining episodes. Like I said previously, there is a familiar feeling of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind present here, what with technology that explores the mind and also dealing with psychological pain, but it definitely doesn't feel like a copy of Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind. It definitely has its own sense of identity, this series. The world of the TV series Maniac does have quite a unique aesthetic to it. I couldn't quite tell if I was watching a not too distant future or just an alternative world. The technology and props in this series are very much nods to both the past and the future. The drug trial participants all have items that are from the past, like a Rubik's Cube or Etch-a-Sketch, knitting needles or books on Don Quixote or Black Beauty. But the stuff in this series which just looks straight out futuristic, like this sentient purple koala bear that plays chess in the park, or a virtual reality sex game simulator which Dr. James Mantelray, who is another scientist involved in the drug trial, who's also played by Justin Theroux, uses in the 3rd episode. That was a long sentence, I'm pretty sure. And even the supercomputer that monitors the drug trial, which is called GRTA, it's got a nickname. It's either Greta or Gerder? I can't remember. God, it's got a nickname, anyways. And it looks like it was designed in the 70s, although the technology is capable of actually feeling human emotions. So yeah, that's almost like a hybrid of the past and the future. The aesthetic for this series is purposely ambiguous because obviously one of the main themes of the series is reality and the mind, and we're being constantly told, particularly through the character of Owen, that what we see might not be real. It leaves us in a state of ambivalence trying to distinguish if what we're seeing is real or not. That's what's perplexing about the show. It leaves us open to discussion and debate, and I imagine this is definitely going to be something that people will discuss at the office. Like, did you watch Maniac? What did you think this means? What do you think the symbolism of that is? And yeah, I like shows that get you talking or get you arguing or debating or theorizing. There's a line of dialogue that really stuck with me after I watched the first 3 episodes, which was, if a drug addict dies of an overdose, do you believe it was a suicide? And I just thought that was a very interesting angle, and both me and Glenn were debating after we saw this what we thought that meant. Anyway guys, this video isn't a review, it's merely a discussion of the first 3 episodes of Maniac, but I will say I think it is worth checking out. It does start a little bit dry with the first episode, but I will say just push through to the end of episode 2, and if you're not hooked by the end of episode 2, then feel free to ditch it, but I do think most people will be intrigued enough by the end of episode 2 to keep going. And the whole concept of the show, I think, is very smart. It offers a lot of different insightful ideas about the mind and reality, pain, trauma, coping mechanisms, addiction, There's a lot going on here. If you guys want me to do more coverage on Maniac, like a season review or an analysis on what the show has to say, then please do let me know in the comment section below. If there's enough of a demand for it, I'll make time for it. And when you guys have seen Maniac, be sure to let me know what you thought of it. Did you like it? Did you hate it? What do you think it's trying to say? Whatever you think, be sure to let me know in the comment section below. If you guys do like this content, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. And if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, or Stardust, all that information is in the description link below. I don't have any popcorn authority today, so I'm just going to have to sign off without it. So thanks so much for watching, guys. For more things related to movies, TV, and popcorn culture, I'm Hearfield, and I'll see you next time.